Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, I hope everybody digested the study guide. Remember that I was going to take 5 different things. There were 7 points made on the study guide. I was take 5 things and turn them into questions on the midterm exam. And I remember recording this a little bit early. Sorry for messy hair. This was out in the rain. My dog, got a new dog. So anyway, the down the mono now the midterm exam is actually finally posted and it's available to everybody. And this really needs to be done by this has to be done by Thursday. So please submit it to the assignment entry that's listed for that. Okay. Let's talk about that actually. And I actually have the midterm are showing right here, but let me make sure that oops, no, I did not want to do that. Okay. Okay, no, didn't want to show that. Okay, all right. All right, so I include a couple rules on this. I want to make sure everybody has. As I said, I'm doing this before I actually posted it, but by the time you'll see this, I'll be posted. So the midterm exam, okay, so it's attached right here. Okay, it's a 5-question test based on the first 9 chapters of the textbook. Remember those? And here's what else you need to know. You have 3 days to complete the exam. Oh, boy, all more than that. It's almost 4. It is due Thursday, March 30th at 11:59 p.m. Failure to submit this exam on time will result in a full grade deduction unless it's more than 24 hours late. Then it's an F. Okay, I hate to put those stipulations on here, but I've had some issues with this class not turning things in on time. So I'm still actually waiting for or actually 2 oral presentation ideas as of this videotaping here. So anyway, which is also going to lead to deductions. So I hate to do that, but I really want you guys to actually treat this like any other class. I know it's hard that it's because it's remote, but and discipline yourself can be hard, but you have to watch these videos. And I plan to make this a bit of a short one. Okay. It must be submitted as a Microsoft Word doc, please, not a PDF. Okay, something that can actually grade on. The 5 questions are based on the 5 of the 7 points outlined in the study guide that I presented to you guys last week. 300 words for each answer, at least. You need to structure it this way: state your answer as an opinion. It could be your judgment. It's you. I don't have to agree with you on your statements, but they have to be essentially fact-based, and you should also use what was identified in the book as like perhaps some foundation for your reasoning. Remember, I went over that in the study guide. Okay. That fact or evidence should be an example of a situation in the media that raises ethical questions, rightly or wrongly. It can be an example we didn't or did discuss in class, much like we were doing in the oral presentation, right? Okay, so here is actually the midterm exam. Obviously, it's set up similar to the way the syllabus was, the oral presentation idea and assignment. Answer all 5 questions. Again, this kind of repeats some of the same stuff. Please provide at least 2 substantial paragraphs, minimum 300 words total for each answer. Please make sure your foundation is accurate and your opinion argument is persuasive. Please cite at least 1 example to back up argument. So again, that'd be like something along the lines of like the tire scandal that basically which was mentioned in the book, but led to the media discovering. Initially, there was some thought that maybe that was an unethical approach handling that story, but then it led to like a good result, which philosophers have said, ends justify the means. That's good. So it led to a good result that actually probably even saved lives. That TV report on the faulty tires. Okay. So here we have some stuff. Identify the components of the Potter's box and apply them to a media ethics case we've either discussed or haven't discussed in class. So it doesn't have to be the tire thing. It could be another example. And again, really, please be specific. Don't just say 24-hour news. Okay. Mention one of them: Fox News, MSNBC, whatever. Okay. The media in this particular case failed to secure the public's trust. So you don't have to necessarily like run, go step by step and then draw the box. You can just basically Just identify the components and then just basically use a case and apply it to that case, the different parts of the Potter's box, and run it through and come to a decision that's either ethical or unethical about that particular media case. Okay, remember that it's a media ethical case we're talking about, not just an ethical case. Okay. Number two, both the Onion and the mainstream media have fabricated stories. Fewer critics, however, say the Onion's actions are unethical compared to what some of the mainstream media have done. Why? Cite an example. And we've talked about that. Faking the news. People have been lazy. People have, just actually a lot now, just like come out with news that's just not correct, and they didn't really care about the truth or anything like that. So yes, so there's that. So basically compare like if the New York Times like put out fabricated stories versus the Onion, for example. Okay. As a changing landscape of the media made news reporting less objective, cite an example that symbolizes how the media is less or more objective. Well, that could apply to, again, 24-hour news, news channels, that sort of thing. And how there's so many different news programs at this point. But be more specific than that, please. All right, because now it's not just all straight, as I've demonstrated before, Walter Cronkite reporting Martin Luther King's assassination anymore. Now there's like so many different slices and angles to how people approach the news now. Identify and briefly explain. Number 4, how all forms of media can still be considered legitimate watchdogs. Cite an example. Okay, like I said, like some of these like could actually you could use the same example for like two different things. Okay, so I might be giving away a bit of a hint here. Okay, but there have been examples where basically the media has actually acted as a legitimate watchdog, as cited in the book. But you don't have to necessarily cite examples cited in the book. There's other examples too. And number 5, identify a case in which the media appropriately or inappropriately used anonymous sources. If the use was appropriate, please briefly explain the positive impact that on society. If the use was inappropriate, please briefly explain the negative impact that on society. Okay. So again, citing an example there could be like either one that was appropriate or not appropriate. Okay. All right. So that's it. That is the midterm. And then we have the oral presentation ideas. I'll try to use a discussion point to come up with like discussions about the different oral presentation ideas that are being discussed. And maybe that could be help provide fodder for the final exam, which is going to be based on several oral presentations that I'll pick for you to look and review. It'll also be a study guide for that too. That's what we'll be doing, pretty much spending April doing. Okay. And also I'll go over, I plan to have these final exams graded very soon after you submit them on March 30th or by March 30th, because you can submit early too if you want. That's fine. And then I'll probably grade early. So, all right. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Everything is posted. And, let me know if you have any troubles, issues, whatever. All right. Thanks very much. And I'll be talking to you.